People ask us to do stuff all the time. Excuse me, can I borrow a pencil? Hey, do you mind if I borrow your phone? Excuse me, mate, can you lend me a fiver? Excuse me, could you give me a hug? But how do we respond politely? I've got loads of natural phrases to show you how to respond politely, both positively and negatively. I can't wait to show you guys. Let's get going. There are two different types of requests that we're going to look at today. There are requests for something, like a pen or something like that, and there are requests for permission to do something, like open a window. And we're going to look at them, different examples, and see how best to respond to them. Let's get to number one. Excuse me, mate, can I borrow a pen? Okay, so this is a request for something. It's a small act, it's nothing particularly big, it's just a pen. So we could respond in a couple of very simple ways. Yeah, no worries. Or, yeah, no problem. Yeah, of course. Or certainly. Yeah, here you go. So all those phrases are nice and short, they keep it simple, and they're great ways to respond positively, politely. It's all quite informal language, but that was dictated by the fact that they said, excuse me, mate. So the idea that maybe you're in an office or whatnot, there's a familiarity between you and the person. So yeah, just a couple of these phrases, absolutely perfect. Okay, let's look at a different kind of request. One that's asking for permission to do something. So, do you mind if I open the window? Okay, so how do we respond to this person? Well, I've got a couple of nice little phrases. One is go for it. Yeah, go for it. Like, yeah, do it. Open the window. Yeah, go for it. Or, I like this one, knock yourself out. Yeah, knock yourself out. Like, yeah, absolutely, whatever you want. Really British, informal phrase there. Yeah, knock yourself out. I can imagine this one being related to food a lot of the time, or drink. Maybe you're in the office and there are some biscuits on the shared table, and they say, can I have a biscuit? You're like, yeah, knock yourself out. Like, yeah, have as many as you want. Now with this phrase, do you mind if blah, 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 we can say no and yes, and it can be confusing, right? So if they said, sorry, do you mind if I open the window? And I said yes, am I saying that I want them to open the window or I don't want them to open the window? Well, technically, it's responding to the mind. Yes, I mind, which is a problem. That's a bad thing, right? So I don't want you to open the window. So if I said yes, then it would be like, don't open the window. But if I added maybe another phrase like, yes, of course, then I think we've got around the problem. Like the of course bit would tell you that open the window, whatever. So really what we should say, no, please open the window. No, please open the window. Or, no, of course. That would be the correct response. But it can be a bit confusing. Is it yes? Is it no? Because of the mind. Do you mind if? No, I don't mind. So maybe to have some clarity here, you might want to add a bit extra. So no, I don't mind. Or yeah, of course, open the window. If you want to make sure that you get it completely correct. It's the same for would you mind if I? Would you mind if I? Same thing, right? Would you mind if I sit here? No, please sit there. Or yeah, of course, sit there. Yeah, of course, no one's sitting there. You can elaborate a bit more if you feel you're going to be misunderstood. In fact, let's take that situation. So somebody wants to sit down next to you. Maybe you're in a coffee shop or in the office or something like that, I don't know. And they ask this, hi, is it all right if I sit here? You could say, please go ahead. Please go ahead. It's all yours. It's all yours. Yes, of course. Of course. Yeah, it's free. That's a nice one. What if I want to say that it's taken? Well, there's a few phrases. I'm sorry, someone's already sitting there. I'm sorry, someone's already sitting there. Or I'm sorry, but it's taken. I'm sorry, but it's taken. So yeah, there are a few phrases there. As you can see, we apologize. We try to be as polite as possible in this situation. So I'm sorry someone's sitting there. That's a great phrase. Okay, what about if you get a very unusual request? One that's just a bit weird maybe. Hi, bit awkward. Could I borrow your toothbrush? Okay, how would you respond to that? I mean, like, I don't know, what would you say? I would say, I'm afraid not. I'm afraid not. We avoid being too direct and saying no, but we do want to say no. We'll do it politely, we'll say, I'm afraid not. If you do want to be direct, you could say, certainly not. Certainly not. That's one way to show that you don't want this to happen. Otherwise, we could fluff it a bit more, add some words. Something like, to be honest, I'd rather not. To be honest, I'd rather not. That's quite useful. All right, what if it's a more normal request, but you still want to say no. Do you mind if I open the window? Okay, I think in this situation, what I'd want to do is say no politely and give a reason. Because I think that's really important, especially if you're in an office with colleagues and things like that. You want to be polite. So I think I would say something like, actually, I'm a little bit cold. Can we keep it closed for now? So I'm giving a reason, right? I'm actually a little bit cold, so can we keep it closed for now? Also there, I'm showing that maybe in the future we can open it, but right now it's not what I want, I'm cold. Maybe we could respond with another question. So we could say, well actually, is it all right if we don't for now? I'm just a bit cold. Again, giving a reason as to why you're saying no. I think that's really important. You can't just say no. It seems a bit too direct, a bit rude. So maybe fluff it with a reason as well. All right, what if someone asks you a favor? How do you respond? Hi, is there any chance you could babysit for us on Saturday night? Okay, so if we want to be positive, we want to say yes, we can say, yeah, of course, or yeah, I'd love to. Something like that. What if we want to say no? Well, a few phrases that we can use. My personal favorite, I'd love to, but I've got plans, or I'd love to, but I'm busy that night. That's perfect, a great way to say no politely. I'm so sorry, but I've got plans. That's another nice one. I'm so sorry, but I've got plans, or I'm so sorry, but I'm busy that night. Or just simply like, oh, I'm afraid I can't. So yeah, there are lots of polite ways that we could say no to a request like that. All right, are you ready for the quiz? Because I'm gonna give you a few options and I want you to choose the most appropriate one in each situation. Remember, we're trying to be polite. All right, good luck. How was that? Did you do okay? All right, if you are unsure about anything, go back to the beginning, rewatch the video, and then try again with that quiz. All right, guys, thank you so much. If you've got any suggestions for videos, please put them in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. This is Tom, the Chief Dreamer, saying goodbye.